This video is one of the videos in the DiscoveryX interview series. If you want context on why this was made, etc., please see the first video in the playlist. Yeah, so let me just spin you. Whee! Hello.
So very simply, Fyelabs is a product development company. We help our clients, whoever that be, mostly on the smaller end of the scale, which are founders and startups, to develop software and hardware projects. They come to us with a concept, an idea, maybe some really poorly written code, a prototype that caught fire the night before,
Yep.
and literally will make their dreams come true.
That's fantastic.
We take it all the way to fully commercializable software or hardware, or anything in between. We don't have to start from the start. We can do bits and pieces along the way of a project development. Some of our clients have a smaller bandwidth in terms of knowledge on a particular subject. So we can come in and fill up that gap, basically. We are different than a lot of so-called consulting outfits out there, because we are not a consulting outfit, we are a product development. We don't use time and material contracting like a lot of these groups do. We do a fixed cost. So when we agree on a particular number, that's exactly how much they are going to pay. Any differences due to cost overruns and whatever, it's on me, not on the client. So for smaller players, that's really important because, as we know, the days where money used to grow off trees, those days are over. So every quarter, every penny counts towards something.
The business side for Prepare Canada, we actually do the same thing in business model sense. So it's risk management or continuity of operations or emergency planning, but most of the industry goes, hourly consult rate.
That's right.
We do flat fee, positioned for smaller business, positioned for the people that are priced out of it.
Right.
So yeah, different industry, but same mentality. Completely agree. It makes way more sense.
Because one of the key aspects in today's world for a young company that's starting up, it's daunting because the cost to go talk to some of the big players out there that could help them is very expensive. So we, by creating Fyelabs, created a niche area where we were able to help, I don't like the term, but smaller players, people that are starting up, give them a chance to bring that idea to the surface, and in some cases, right off to the racetrack.
No, I'm completely okay with the term. It's honest. I mean, in several of the videos, we've gone over scope and scale, and the how to do that within basic project management. And if you're small, you're small.
Yeah.
I mean, the small isn't necessarily good or bad. You could be nimble. There's benefits, right? So
I mean, it could be in some ways construed as a little bit insulting, which I'm not trying to be.
yeah, no, you're good. You're good. I offend them for you. Don't worry. If he says something offensive, just blame me.
Very good. Other key aspect is all our engineers are in-house. So they're all Canadian folks. We're based out of the McMaster Innovation Park. So that means that any work that we do, being that it's done by a Canadian company, by Canadian engineers, you as a client can claim the SHRED tax credits. So that's money that typically is left on the table and given back to the government that you can bring back and use down the road for more development. So that's really important for Canadian companies.
Is there any sector that you don't work with? So, like, what's the limit of your scope?
So, no, we're really broad spectrum in that aspect. Sectors where we will not take any work is when we think that the technology or the software or whatever it is could be used to harm people.
Ethics clauses. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Or hurting of animals and things
Sure.
like that. So, but on the rest of it, no issues. So.
Okay. I'm trying to find. So it's very rare that you meet an organization that can really be so flexible they can do anything. So I'm just trying to there'd be a niche that you're specialized in, right?
So we're not, because of the size of the team that we have. We are quite broad spectrum.
Okay.
There are topics or fields of development that we don't get into simply because there hasn't been a demand to have people on staff.
That makes sense. But ostensibly, if there were demand, you would get the staff.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So,
okay. Yeah. That
so
makes
in
sense.
those off cases, what we'll do is we have engineers or groups of people that we know that can help us on that aspect. But the rest of the time, or most of the time, all the work is done by the team at Fyelabs.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
yeah.
How have you been enjoying this show? Have you done any walking around?
Yeah, no, the show's been great. It's one we've been coming to for a few years now. We get to meet all sorts of different people, get to see where the technology, where things are developing. So one of the key aspects of today's technology is AI, obviously. So if you look at AI 5 years ago, it was the oddball company in the corner of the show that nobody talked to. Today they take over 70% of the show floor. So they are forced to be reckoned, and it's how it's going to be going for a little while. Is it the end all and be all of everything? Probably not. Will we come back to a more normal software type development? Possibly. But AI is here today. It is here. It's revolutionizing a lot of the development of software, and companies like us have to learn to adapt and use it to our advantage. Any new technology has its time and place, and we just have to learn to work with it, to understand it, and adapt with it. Is it all good? No, not necessarily, but there's also some really good stuff with it.
Yeah.
So it's like anything else.
Like anything else.
Yeah.
If you could think of any one project that was particularly interesting or fun that you were involved with, not asking you to break any IP or anything, obviously, but just a nice fun case that people might be curious about and you want to tell a story on, just go into story time.
So I got a little, one that I love a lot is one that we designed for people that live on the streets of various North American cities in Europe and so forth that can potentially suffer from a drug overdose due to fentanyl. So it's the ability to detect that a human body is 100% still, which is not that easy because...
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. If you're passed out, if you're still breathing, if you're moving, sleeping, or whatever, there is movement that can be measured, easily measured. If you're 100% still, you have a problem. And the nice thing with this technology is that normally people that live on the fringe side of society, they tend to live in what I call colonies. There's a bunch of them together. So the whole concept is to alert people that are around them that this one person needs help. And the help could be a dose of Narcan, or it could be get some medical help. It could be a lot of things. The company that we did the work with was a company based out of Vancouver, had a partnership with a company in the UK. They tested the technology for just under 3 months. And during those 3 months, we were able to save 3 lives.
As part of the channel, we've actually put up videos on everything in Canadian standard first aid, the adult stuff, child and infant stuff, the basic life support. We've done an extensive amount of medical stuff. So when you mention, without mentioning, medical unresponsiveness, we start getting very curious. so you're going right in my wheelhouse right now. You picked the right story. Out of curiosity, is this isolated to the sort of unresponsiveness that would be seen in an opioid overdose, or would this detect general unresponsiveness?
It's general, but the fact that the company's based out of Vancouver was really for the street folks in East Van and in different areas of Vancouver where there's a serious issue with fentanyl overdoses. And as we all know, we've probably watched the news at least once in the last 5 years and seen that it is a real problem. It is a problem just as much in Toronto. The company was based out of Vancouver, so they're more familiar with the Vancouver market.
So I'm trying to make this more approachable for people that might not have the background in it. You're familiar with Life Alert bracelets? Yeah. So the way that this is probably going to be understood or viewed is effectively like a Life Alert bracelet that gets automatically activated if you're going responsive. Exactly. Is that the idea, basically? Yeah.
And to respect the privacy of people, it looks like a watch. So there's a cap on the watch that you can tap and basically nullify the alarming function. So if the user wants to be off grid, if you want to call it such.
Sure.
And to respect their privacy, they have a way to shut it down.
Yep.
Obviously not a mode of operation that I would like to be people to be in, but we have to accept that people have their ways of life, and I have to pay respect to it.
I feel like this would be depending on how hard it is to get someone equipped with it, if it's fairly simple, I feel like this could be a potential solution for some of the unfortunate incidents we've had with people dying in hallways and in hospitals in Canada. Because if it determines unresponsiveness and they don't have to equip them to an EKG, like you could just slap this on every patient. And then like you could
But it's really geared towards a segment of society that it really is in really dire need of it. So the program is 100% volunteer.
Sure.
You go to your local center, support center, and whatever, and you can pick up the wristband and you wear it voluntarily. If you don't want one, you don't want one.
See, now you have my mind spinning on curing healthcare. So, like, now you got my mind spinning on like these crazy ideas, right?
While what you're saying is 100% true,
Sure.
the expectation of people dying in the emergency room is less.
Yeah. The risk is lower.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
That's and that's why while it does make some sense, it's probably not something.
Yeah, it might be cost prohibitive. I'm just trying to think of cost of unit, reusability. It'd be an interesting thought experiment.
For us, it was a throwaway device. We debated for many days and hours and whatever to decide how to do it. Do we make something that has a lifespan of 6 months, for example? Do you return it? Do we charge it, and so forth? At the end, it was just as easy to make it a throwaway device, which is, when I say throwaway, the whole thing is that you just go back in, get a new one. They take the old one back and they'll take it to a center, or they'll send them back to us and we can change out the battery.
Because I'm going to now want to probably learn about this company, do follow-ups, and come up with crazy vision plans. What was the company, and do you know the rough, I don't know if you want to tell me the cost to produce, but the rough cost of a unit?
I don't remember, but
That's fine.
It was quite cheap.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I can't tell you the name of the company because I'm caught in an NDA.
Oh, no, fair enough. So they're not selling publicly? Like, they're not...
No, this is not something you can, buy off Amazon. This is part of a citywide program, essentially.
Got it. So, okay, so if people wanted to go get one on their own, they'd have to live here and contact the city for it. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, which is why I wanted to make sure you're good on that.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just, you have to appreciate that in our position, we work with many companies. And
everyone at this conference is under at least 10 NDAs.
Exactly.
Everybody here, myself included. So, no, I get it. Yeah.
I have to be careful of what...
Well, no, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they exist and you can get them here.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So, yeah, this has been a good conference, yeah? Cool. Very good.
Yeah, it's been very good.
Very good.